a picture, what a picture, dum 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 dum, dee 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 dee. Oh, this is a lovely painting, this is. Hello, I'm in a very artistic mood today, so I thought I'd do some painting, some still life. That means something that stays still. That's why I'm painting a bowl of fruit. Now look, I've got 2 bananas, an apple, an orange, a pineapple, and some juicy, delicious grapes. No, Melvin, you can't eat any of the fruit. I'm painting it. How can I paint it if you take it and eat it? Lovely fruit. Hang on a minute. Something's missing from the bowl. Can you see what's missing? The bananas are there, so is the apple, the pineapple, and the orange. But not the grapes. Could you tell they were missing? Now, Melvin, you keep your greedy little mitts off the rest of my fruit. Oh, dear, oh dear. A bit of red in that. There, lovely, won't it? Wait a minute. Some more things are missing. Do you know what's missing? The bananas are there, and so is the apple. But not the pineapple or the orange. Well, thanks a lot, Melvin. I told you to keep your little mitts off the rest of my fruit. Oh dear, how can I paint my painting? It's got to be a masterpiece. Oh, it's going to be so wonderful. Did you wait till you said, hang on a minute. There's something else missing. Do you know? It was the apple and the bananas, but they've gone. Well, thanks a lot, Melvin. I'll have to find something else to paint now.
Grandma, for goodness sake, stay still. I'm trying to paint your picture.
Oh, yes, Grandad, but I do think these triangular earrings look good. Maybe I should put on my round earrings. No, maybe not. Maybe the square earrings.
Yes.
What do you think? I do want to look perfect for my portrait. Are my earrings on straight? Is my nose in place? Have I got a cute expression on my face? Are my eyes bright blue? Do I look alright to have my portrait painted today? You listening, Grandad? Are my earrings on straight? Is my nose in place? Have I got a cute expression on my face? Are my eyes bright blue? Do I look alright to have my portrait painted today?
Oh, stop fidgeting, Grandma. You're spoiling me picture. Anyway, you can't change your earrings now because I've already painted triangular earrings
Grandad,
on.
I don't see why not. I really don't
Oh,
see why
just
not.
Hello
stay
there.
still.
What are you 2 arguing about?
hello,
It's
Linzi.
not an argument, dear. No, it's a discussion, Lindsay.
Well, hey, I'm trying to paint a portrait of Grandma, but she keeps on fidgeting.
Look, it's hard to stay still, you know, Grandad.
Exactly, Lindsay. That's what I said.
Mind you, Grandma, it's just as well you're not standing on one leg.
Ooh.
Now, that would be really hard. Have you ever tried standing on one leg? Standing on one leg is quite tricky. Come and try it too, everyone. 1 foot in the air, you just hold it tightly there, then you wobble all about, that's how it's done. Woo! Try and balance yourself on one leg. Wave your arms about in the air. Jump up very high so you nearly touch the sky. Then you hop around everywhere. Woo! Standing on one leg is quite tricky. Woo! Come and try it too, everyone. Woo! 1 foot in the air, you just hold it tightly there. Then you wobble all about, that's how it's done. Woo!
Oh, dear, Lindsay. Are you okay? You'd better go and sit down quietly. Now then, Grandad, come along. I'll try hard to stay very still. It shouldn't take much time now.
Time! Did you say time? That means we have to look at my clock and see what time it says. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 o'clock.
Oh, yes, a very good time for a story, which means I can have a rest and listen to Linzi. By the way, everybody, let's have a look at the letter of the day.
It's the letter P, and it makes a P sound.
Now, the story today is all about painting, and it's called Sandra's Prize Picture. Sandra was a keen artist, and when the school painting competition was announced, she was thrilled, for the prize was to be a brand new paint box. She felt she really had a chance because her family had planned to rent a cottage in the New Forest for their summer holidays. "There'll be lots of things to paint there," said her mum as they loaded the car up. Sandra made sure she took plenty of paints and paper with her. The day after they arrived, Sandra was looking for something to paint when she noticed a young deer. Sandra sat very still as the tiny deer stood a short distance away. Its ears twitched as it listened out for the slightest hint of danger. Sandra held her breath as the beautiful creature bent down to nibble the grass. Sandra slowly reached for her pencil and began to draw. But just at that moment, her dad came out of the cottage and the deer ran off. "Oh, Dad, didn't you see it?" "See what, love?" said her dad. "The deer! It was standing right there. I was just about to make a sketch when you scared it away." "Hey, I didn't even know there were wild deer in these parts. Perhaps if we stay very still, it will come back." They sat there for what seemed like ages, pencil at the ready, not moving, hardly breathing. Sandra wondered whether she would ever see the deer again. Then they heard a slight rustling noise, and there it was. Sandra could clearly see the deer's newly grown antlers with a layer of soft, velvet-like skin. She very slowly drew the deer as it continued to graze, occasionally lifting its head and listening for a while. When it did, Sandra didn't move a muscle. It was very hard, but she stayed perfectly still. Suddenly, a noise in the distance startled the deer and it ran away. But Sandra didn't mind this time because she had lots of time to draw the deer. 3 weeks later at the painting competition, Sandra's picture of wild deer grazing was amongst the 6 finalists. Sandra held her breath as the judge opened the envelope to announce the overall winner. And the winner is Sandra for wild deer grazing. It was the happiest day of Sandra's life as she received her prize. But what was even more thrilling was when all her classmates gathered admiringly around her after the prize giving and asked her advice on how to paint wildlife pictures.
Come on, Grandma, me dearest. Be patient and sit still, will you?
Oh, yes, I'd only do this for you, my love.
Yes.
Are you sure my hair looks all right?
Yes, lovely, lovely.
Anyway, how much longer do I have to sit still?
Oh, only 5 more minutes, me dearest. Just 5 more minutes.
Oh, have you noticed how the number 5 keeps popping up? And here it is.
That's it. Just as you are, stay just as you are, Grandma. Lovely, lovely.
I'm doing some magic painting. Look. Can you see the picture come out? Actually, I drew this picture with a piece of wax, so you can't see it. But when I paint over it, you can. See if you can guess what this one is. Yes, it's a boat. I'll put that there, shall I? Now I'm going to draw you one. So you get a piece of wax, and you have to press very hard. And then you do your little patterns, right? And then you ask your friends to guess what it is. But don't forget, you've got to paint over it, right? See if you can guess what this one is. I can see what it's going to be. There. It's a